Hey guys, it's Dave at No Recipe Required, and today we're going to continue on with our NFL-inspired burger series. I got several teams up on the list already, bunch of burgers. Go ahead, check them out. Here's the link, and let me know what you think. Now, today we're going to do New York Jets, specifically with a Reuben-inspired, or Reuben burger. Deli is one of those things I think about all the time when I think about New York. Probably does it amongst the best in the country, if not the best. I got some corned beef, some sauerkraut. We'll use rye bread as the bun. It all comes together in a pretty awesome burger. I hope I do the team and the city justice with it. Let's go ahead and get started. Okay, guys, time to get going with our New York Jets Reuben burger. I got some corned beef. I got a little bit of Swiss cheese. I've got some sauerkraut, which I just rinsed off real quickly under water, kind of patted dry. Some mustard, some Thousand Island dressing. And instead of a bun, hamburger bun, I'm using some light rye. Now the reason I'm showing you the bread, I don't want my patty to be a little tiny circular patty right here. I want it to kind of fill up that whole bread or most of the bread. So we're going to go ahead and use ground beef on this one. And let me move my bread away because we shouldn't be touching the bread with our raw meat hands. I'm going to work that meat to roughly that shape. And I'm going to try and keep this burger actually relatively thin, because I'm going to pile it high with that sauerkraut and with the corned beef, and I don't want kind of overkill. Once I get this shaped out the way I want it, see it's kind of coming to get to that bread shape. I'm just going to season both sides with salt and pepper. I've got a pan already on the heat, so we're going to just let this come up to room temperature. It's only going to take 5 or 6 minutes for how thin it is, and then we're going to sear it off in a super hot pan. Okay, so the patty for my Reuben burger is done. Before I cook it off, because it's actually going to go pretty quick once it all starts, I'm going to put a little bit of mustard, a little spicy mustard. You can use yellow mustard if you want, use whatever you want, on the inside of my bread. And then I'm actually going to kind of toast this bread, or treat it almost like a grilled cheese once everything is put together. And so I'm just going to smear a tiny bit of butter on the outside of both pieces, not too much. And then once this is done, we'll be ready to cook off our burger. All right, let's keep going on our New York Jets Reuben burger. This is when it gets pretty quick, so you got to be ready. I've got a smoking hot pan. I got a lid nearby. I've got our seasoned beef patty, salt and pepper on both sides. I'm just going to add a touch of oil to the pan. You want to coat everything, lay it down, let that burger sear. See how thin it is. It's really just going to take about 60 seconds or so. Then we're going to flip it over, do the other side, and start adding our Reuben toppings. All right, like I said, about 60 seconds later or so, I can already tell that underside is getting nicely brown. I'm going to go ahead and add our Swiss cheese right here. I don't mind a little bit of overlap. And then I've got our corned beef, which will pile on nice and high as well. You can add as much as you want. I think that's probably pretty good for me. And then I'm just going to put the lid on it, and that's going to help the cheese melt for about 45 more seconds or so. We'll kill the heat. Okay, it doesn't take long to get that cheese melting. I'm just going to kill the heat now. We're going to remove the whole thing. The burger is just cooked through. All that is nice and hot. I'm going to let the burger rest, and while that's doing, let's take care of our bread. Okay, while our burger's resting for a couple minutes, I got the same pan. I just wiped it out, got rid of that grease. This is the bread. This is our rye bread. Mustard side, buttered side. Lay that buttered side down. Let it go. Let it toast for about a minute or so, and then we'll do the other side, and then we'll put it all together. Okay, the only thing you got to be careful of is burning that bread, because it's going to go pretty quick. You're looking to get that nice toast on it. This is going to do 5 more seconds or so, just enough time to grab the other piece of bread. We'll pull this guy out, put that one in. Another minute or so on this side. You can even press down. Obviously, if you want to do this in parallel or use a bigger pan, you can do that. You can get them both done at the same time. Okay, once we've got our rye toasted, we can lay that Reuben burger, rested Reuben burger down. No Reubens complete without the coleslaw. The sauerkraut right on top. Go heavy, go light. I'll say I'm a medium or so on that. And then, of course, the Thousand Island dressing as well. Beautiful concoction there. to drizzle right over it. And then we got our lid toasted beautifully on that side. Lay that one right on down. We've got a Reuben burger. Let's give it a cut and then give it a taste. Oh, it cuts beautifully. Let's check it out. Oh, that's looking pretty damn sweet. Okay, let's go ahead and dig into our New York Jets Reuben burger. And, oh, it's messy. Shocking. But it's absolutely awesome. Obviously, it's got that base beef flavor with the sauerkraut. The corned beef all come through. And the rye keeps it traditional, I think anyway. It's one of my absolute favorites. I'll see you next time on No Recipe Required. Alright Jets fans, I hope you loved this Reuben-inspired burger made specifically for your team. I absolutely love making it, and I certainly love eating it. Go ahead and check out my other recipes and keep the ideas coming, because I'm still looking for about 20, 22 recipes for these other teams. So let me know what you think and subscribe so that you make sure you don't miss your team when I get it out there. I'll see you next time.